Hello everyone, and welcome back to Lifting the Veil. Today's video is going to be a little different. I just wanted to take some time and talk with you guys about what I have going on within the ministry, concerning the books that I write and what's happening here on YouTube. So I've got some updates that I want to give to you concerning my Dream Warrior novella and the upcoming book, Ashwood Chronicles Book 1. And I also want to dive into what's going on here with the channel and break down some new benefits that's coming for memberships, as well as just general ways that you can support the ministry of Lifting the Veil. So without any further ado, let's get started. Okay, so where do I start with Dream Warrior? It's my first fiction book that I have published, and I'm very excited for the future of this series and the possibilities of where this can take the reader. Many of you are already familiar with the book, Dream Warrior. I'll get it here on screen in a second. This is the original paperback edition. This one's a signed copy. They don't all have that sticker. But Dream Warrior in paperback. Many of you have this book. If you don't, and you like to read clean books and stories that you don't have to feel guilty about, I recommend this. So what am I doing with Dream Warrior? Well, to celebrate the release of the Ashwood Chronicles story, Book 1, that's coming out this fall, I wanted to release a special edition of this book. And in order to do a special edition, I needed to make some changes. So I've updated the art for the front and the back cover here. And let me show you the special edition now. All right, this is the special edition. Now, as you can see, the art is different. It is updated, front and back. So I like this. I like the updated artwork. Took some work on this, but I did get it updated to have a more realistic look to it. But that's not the only thing different about the special edition. This special edition is a hardcover as well. So it comes with this dust jacket with the updated art, as well as the story. Oh my goodness, I bent it. As well as the story synopsis here and the author information here on the back flap. Some people love dust jackets, some people hate them. I'm a fan of dust jackets. So this special edition of Dream Warrior in hardcover is available for pre-order now. I'll put my email address here on the screen. You can shoot me an email. You can send me a message on Facebook Messenger. This is my Facebook handle, as well as a link to the group will be in the description of this video below. So you can join my Facebook group. Somehow you can communicate with me. Email may be the best way, but you can get a hold of me through several different avenues here. And if you want to pre-order a copy of the special edition, this is going to be $18.99 US. It's up for pre-order now. That is another way that you can support what I've got going on here with Lifting the Veil and with my books. Okay, now I almost forgot to show you guys a side-by-side comparison of the original paperback to the new hardcover in order to show you the differences between the artwork. The original paperback here, I'm proud of this art. Thought it was great, but I wanted to do better on the special edition. So side by side here, special edition artwork. As you can see, this one is a lot more realistic versus the original, but it's also larger, and that was another thing that a lot of people were saying is they like a little bit of a bigger book to hold while they're reading. So you've got a larger hardcover edition with updated art, front and back. The back art is a whole lot better in my opinion versus the original. So guys, side-by-side comparison, definitely a major difference between the two books. However, a large opportunity has presented itself with this story. I am missing out on a large chunk of the market by not having an audiobook version of Dream Warrior. I've had numerous people ask me, when's the audiobook coming? I don't have time to read. I listen to books driving down the road, or I listen to books when I'm in the kitchen, or, whatever the scenario is, they listen to books rather than read them. So I'm missing a ton of people that could be hearing this fun, entertaining story, but it also has biblical truth woven all throughout it. And that's the main thing that I want to reach people with. So I really don't want to miss out on the audiobook crowd. So I have found a voice actress that is willing to do this book at a steal of a deal. I've been quoted anywhere from $2,500 to $1,600, but I found an actress who, because I've got many more books coming in the future, she will do Dream Warrior for $400. And guys, that is too good of a deal to pass up. So what I'm asking for, and this is difficult for me, I hate talking about money, I hate asking for money, I hate saying, hey, I need your help. But the reality is, I need your help. In order to be able to get this audiobook produced quickly, I'm asking my current customer base, my current viewer base, however you want to look at this, I'm asking for you guys to sew into this and donate what you feel comfortable donating to help me cover the $400 actress cost. I'll cover the ISBN fees and any other cost associated with publishing. But the $400 has to be paid all at once, and that's the reason that I am basically crowdfunding that. I've got my PayPal handle here on the screen, as well as my Venmo handle on the screen. These are the best ways for you to donate to the Dream Warrior Audiobook Fund. You can designate it in the notes as Dream Warrior Audiobook. And if by chance I raise any more than the $400, those extra funds will be diverted to go right into the YouTube fund for this channel to help, further this ministry as well. None of it's going to be frivolously spent. I don't do Starbucks. I'm not asking for you to buy me a cup of coffee like some creators do. I am just simply saying, help me get this Dream Warrior story in audiobook format. That way we can reach a whole lot more people with what's going on. So that is the news for Dream Warrior. Once again, this special edition hardcover is available for pre-order, $18.99 US, and you can donate to the audiobook fund in order to get this in audiobook format as quickly as possible. But I don't want you to donate blindly. I do have 2 samples of the audiobook narration from this actress that I'm going to play. I'm going to play one sample right now, and then we're going to talk about what's going on with the channel, and I will come back and play that second sample before we close this out. So stick around to the end because it's an exciting section of the book. So let's listen to the first one right now.
Oppressive mist swirled all around her, making it impossible to see more than a couple of feet ahead. She could feel the warmth of a bright light shining on her back, a stark contrast to the cold void of darkness drawing her forward. The compulsion to walk into the darkness was strong, yet she stayed where she was to keep the cold at bay. The warmth was nice, so why not soak it up before venturing forward? One step forward was as far as she traveled before a soft, almost inaudible voice called to her. It sounded as if it was coming from the source of the light, and the message was simple. Don't go that way. Turn toward me and follow my voice. She paused and made a half turn in the direction of the voice. The light was blinding in her peripheral vision, but its warmth felt so good. She raised her hand to shield her eyes and began to fully turn her body toward the light. That's when the other voice spoke to her from the darkness. She froze. You're going to listen to that old fool? You really desire the darkness. It fascinates you. Come to me and let me show you all that you desire. This voice was louder, bold, and smooth, yet there was a bite to the words. Alarm bells rang in her head, but the desire to follow the second voice was so strong that she was willing to brave the cold. Slowly, the light faded as she took her first steps toward the darkness. Vestiges of the words, "Don't go that way," clung to her memory even as the cold washed over her, numbing her senses.
All right, crisp, it's clear. I'm pleased with her performance of that. It's a very good descriptive passage, so I wanted to play that for you. Now, as far as what's going on with the channel memberships are getting an update. You already get, as a channel member, you get a unique icon by your name here on YouTube to indicate that you are a channel member. And that's what these look like. You progress through those as you climb up, your length of membership. So that's already in place. Now, I've had an artist create some unique emojis just for the live chat that channel members will have access to. So let's check those emojis out. All right, so let's start this off on a positive note. You have the happy emoji, followed with the thumbs up emoji. Now, not every emotion is happy, so we do have a sad one, and we've got a surprised one, as well as the angry emoji. So these will be available to channel members exclusively to use during the live chats. Now, speaking of live chats, I am also working on rolling out a feature once this channel hits 5,000 subscribers. We're not far. We're only like 690 something subscribers away from 5,000. So once we hit 5,000, I will begin to offer member only live chats. We'll go live. We'll just update what's going on. We'll talk about maybe a specific passage of scripture or a current event that's taken place in the world, and it'll be for members only, and we'll just interact with each other. That is something that I've been wanting to do, so I set the milestone of 5,000 subscribers before I start rolling that out. The frequency, I'm not sure how frequent it can be to start with, just because of all the other projects that I have going on, but I'm going to shoot for at least once a month. Now, with that being said, I am closer to finishing up the Ashwood Chronicles Book 1. So I may not be on YouTube as frequently as normal. I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going away. But I do have to take some time in order to polish this manuscript up, finish the last couple chapters, and then begin the arduous editing process. And then making the changes that the editor says, and then resubmitting it and having it re-edited, and then making more changes. There's usually 4 to 5 rounds of edits, so that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of focus. So I may not be as present on YouTube, but please don't go anywhere, because I will be back. I have to finish my Constellation series. I have to finish my Entertained by Demons series, and I have a lot more video content planned, so stick around. Now, as promised, talking about Dream Warrior and the audio book that I'm raising funds for. Once again, here are those handles on the screen. You've got my PayPal handle and my Venmo handle. Anything that comes in will go straight to the audiobook production of Dream Warrior. Anything that goes over the $400 goes straight into lifting the veil to keep this channel going. So, as promised, here is the second audio passage of Dream Warrior, and we'll just close this video out with this. Real quick before I do, I want to thank my current Patreon supporters and my current channel members. Definitely can't do what I do without you, so thank you so much. Thank you guys for sticking around to the end, and thank you for considering to help push Dream Warrior into an audiobook format. Here's a little sample of what that will provide to people. Guys, thanks so much for sticking around. Check out this sample, and I'll see you next time.
She drove her blade deep into the chest of Goliath, only stopping when the hilt was flush against his chest. Goliath's grin turned into an expression of shock, and then he slumped forward, leaking black fog that covered the area around him. The newcomer turned to face Kara, not realizing that her enemy was down, but not out. "Look out!" Kara screamed with everything she had left in her, but her warning was too late. Goliath had swept the legs of the girl out from under her with the butt end of his spear and was on her before she landed. She was able to get her sword up in time to block what would have been a fatal attack, and the spear clattered to the floor. Enraged, Goliath used what weapons he had left. He opened his mouth impossibly wide, revealing 2 rows of teeth. The back row was lined with sharp tips and 2 extra-long canine teeth on top and bottom. If he couldn't take her head with his spear, he would bite it off and drain her dry when he was finished. Goliath reared back, and his jaw appeared to dislocate, allowing his mouth to open unnaturally large, and he dove down into the fog toward the new girl's throat. Kara sprang into action.